Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with another board review. Felidae, the German film Felidae, and Felidae. Felidae is about a cat who moves into a neighborhood with his owner, only to find out that there's been a series of murders being committed. A series of murders being committed against cats. Cats are being killed left and right. And this film is notorious for being really graphic in the depictions of the cat's corpses. And yeah, it's apparently a pretty profane movie dialogue-wise, and yeah, he's trying to figure out what's going on with these murders. So yeah, let's start it off with Felidae. Well, that was Felidae. So, I've got to say this. The animation in this movie is really, really good. And, the film has a really nice look and atmosphere to it. The writing in this film is really good and, like, a bit quirky and humorous at times. The voice acting here, the English version of it, is pretty good as well. I like the voice acting. It's not the best, like, an English dub of any film I've ever seen, but it's definitely a pretty good dub, for what it is. Now, I've got to say, this movie is pretty fucking brutal. I mean, from my personal standpoint, I'll say this. I don't like cats. I actually kind of hate cats. But this movie is creepy and violent and brutal and nightmarish. And even nightmarish at times. Although the quirky writing and characters and this humorous dialogue does kind of make it a bit less gross and nightmarish at times. But I mean, still, I really, really like this one. I really dig the music in it. The sound mix is really good. Although, it does that thing that English dubs usually do, where what the characters are saying doesn't match, and it does throw me off a little bit. But it's still okay. It's still fine. Shit, I don't know. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like the corpse grinders, and 10 being something like brain dead. Felidae is a 6. And now, when I say 6, I'm not talking actual film standards, and I'm not saying animated films are not films, but I'm talking like a live-action film we're not talking live-action film standards, we're talking animated film standards. And, like, when I say animated, I mean really animation from any country except Asian countries, more specifically Japan, because, I've seen, one of the most violent animated films I've ever seen is Akira, and Akira is anime. So this is, like, under just normal kind of animation, your average kind of like American, or, as in this case, German animation. This one's at least a 6. It's pretty graphic. If you are not okay with, like, animal cruelty in films, or, like, animal experimentation, or, like, just dead animals in general, if you don't like that stuff, even though I still think that this film is actually kind of pretty funny, and, really clever, and it's a really good, like, neo-noir film. I would still definitely say that this is a horror film. Even though I'm talking right now and I'm saying that this film is great, it's most definitely not for everyone. Most definitely not a film for children, too. Just trust me on this. It's a very unique film, though. It's very interesting. And I really, really really, really like this movie, and I hope that there is an American DVD or Blu-ray release of it sometime soon, because there hasn't been an American DVD release of it at all. I don't even think there's been a VHS release of it, yet there's an English dubbed version. I mean, I'm sure that the English dub is probably for like the UK or some other English-speaking country, predominantly English-speaking country. But now I'm starting to rant. 5 out of 5 stars.